Hi guys, so I just wanted to do a quick update video about Adriana because I'm out all day and I just wanted to give you a video today, and some really good things have happened in the last couple of days for Adriana. So yesterday was her memorial service in New York and that was beautiful. You know, her aunt spoke at that and there was lots of singing and stuff, and I know you can see that over on Facebook if you missed it. Secondly, we do know that Dexter Todd, from what I've seen online, is challenging the first autopsy results through the courts in Guyana. So by doing that, he will force people to come forward, like the pathologist, and have to talk about what they actually saw and what they're actually willing to sign their name to, which is something we've all been waiting for. Thirdly, the district leader, Albert Badeo, who actually is in New York but represents the Guyanese people there, he has actually came out yesterday. There is a statement he's made. It's really worth going to find it so you can watch the whole thing. I think it's about 12 minutes long. He's actually made a statement where he's used Guyanese law, and he actually quotes the numbers of the law, etc., and said that in Guyana they have a law which says if somebody dies under like suspicious circumstances or an unknown death, they have to carry out an inquest. And an inquest in Guyana would be 5 different jurors that would be able to subpoena people to the court to have to answer questions, and if you didn't come you would be sanctioned. Now the inquest would be held soon, it would have to be, because in a Guyanese inquest they have every right to see the victim's body, which means they would have to see Adriana before she's buried at the end of this month. Now also Dr. Terry would have to appear at this, so would the 3 pathologists from before, so would the police force, so would the grandmother, so would Leroy, so would the hotel owner, and they would be asked questions and they would be cross-examined. Like, this may be something very positive, although if it was an inquest held in Guyana, how free could it really be of corruption? But I just wanted to assure you guys there's so many things going on in the background in order to lead for justice for Adriana, and we've got Dr. Terry's autopsy is still taking place right now. It's like a puzzle that has to be made up of loads of pieces, and seeing and examining the body is only one of those pieces. We know that she asked some further questions the other day. I think Dexter Todd said on the YouTube programme that she had asked an additional 100 questions. Now what this tells us is Dr. Terry is very thorough and she wants to understand the whole circumstances before she'll make a determination. And just keep it in your mind that the last thing that we heard Dr. Terry say was that she was reluctant to say it was drowning, that she thought it was highly suspicious, and she thought a full criminal investigation needed to happen. So that shows you where that she is leading. So I just want to say have the best day, and just be assured that justice for Adriana Young is coming.
Hello, good evening once again. Today is June 5th, and I'm coming to you from New York as the elected district leader of Guyanese, South Asian, Indo-Caribbean, the first to be elected here as a district leader in what is popularly known as Little Guyana in Ozone Park, Richmond Hill, New York, or Region 11. And I wanted to comment again on the Adriana Young's case and where do we go from here, especially since we've had a second autopsy done by the pathologist here in Georgia, Dr. Terry. Now, all these types of deaths, unnatural deaths, such as Adriana Young's, must be convened and have an inquest, determine the cause of death. As a matter of fact, the laws of Guyana describe this and prescribe for this. Laws of Guyana Coroners Act, Chapter 403, states that the jurors at every inquest and the coroner at every inquiry shall inquire when, where, how, and after what manner the deceased, that is Adriana Young, person came to her death. And then you summon jurors. It consists of 5 members of the jury who cannot be members of the police force or of the prisons. And they would have to take an oath that they should diligently inquire and through presentment make on behalf of the state, that is the Republic of Guyana, when, where, how, and after what manner Adriana Young, now dead, came to her death, and of such other matters relating to her death as shall be lawfully required of you. So help me God. This is the Coroners Act I'm reading from, the laws of Guyana, and there all the prescribed areas and procedures are outlined very clear for one to see, though that's Guyana law, and that is the presiding law of the land that must be invoked. I've heard talks of a commission of inquiry, but I believe that is too cumbersome. That will take too long, and the folks, the jury, convened at an inquest have the right to see the body. And since there are plans to have the body buried by the end of this month, June, then I suppose the best way is to have the inquest now so they can view the body, see the marks that need explanation and all these other things, and other issues I will now go into that have to be explained, that have to be ventilated, that have to be discussed prior to the majority verdict of the 5-person jury coming to a verdict as to whether she died by drowning, by accident, if she died by homicide. That will be the finding of the jury. And from there, the Director of Public Prosecutions, who is the one who's going to convene this inquest, is going to be making a decision as to whether there's going to be anyone charged or investigated further for this homicide and be responsible for Adriana Young's death. And I'm telling you this from my experience as a top prosecutor in Guyana, senior state counsel who's prosecuted dozens of these cases, a former magistrate and one who's had experience in taking these cases to trial and inquest. I want to tell you too, I don't get paid at the district leader. I saw some people querying that. I don't get paid at the district leader. I don't need pay to do public service, but I'm elected by the people here in New York City, the largest diaspora outside of Guyana, to be their voice and to be their brain, so to speak, and to comment on these issues of national importance, since many Guyanese are affected and are touched by Adriana Young's death, to whom we give our deepest sympathy, and to her family. Now, I was disappointed in the RCMP person present there who only reviewed the police file. I thought he was going to do an investigation. So McLaughlin, or whatever his name is, he only regurgitated or looked at the police file, which from what it is said is conflicted, as a conflict of interest. They may not have done all the investigations. They may not have taken all the statements. There's evidence of police negligence and malfeasance and possible corruption. So hence an inquest will set all of these records safe and bring them out to the open. And if they can be proved, then it will bring an end to these proceedings, and Adriana Young will have the proper burial and respect that she deserves. And our sympathies continue to go to the family and to all Guyanese affected by this tragic loss, nationally, internationally, and everyone else. Now, when these witnesses are sworn, they must come and say, you have to subpoena all of them. They must come to court, or there'll be sanctions against them of terms of imprisonment for not answering the court subpoena and coming and testify. It will explain the cotton wool in her nose. It will explain why cameras were showing her leaving the premises, and yet cameras cannot show what happened to her in the premises. That's a contradiction, and that's a very startling revelation. How can the cameras show when she's leaving, but not showing, allegedly show when she's leaving, and cameras are not showing when she's at the pool? There's no video of the pool being searched. No video of the pool being searched is very serious. And I will close here and go to part B in my next video. But these are issues that need to be ventilated. This is what an inquest will bring out. This is what all the witnesses that need to be subpoenaed, relatives, people present at the pool, police officers, whosoever has an interest or stake or saw what were present that day, they need to be brought to an inquest to testify. Even Leroy Smith and all these other names we hear, the hotel owner, the grandmother, all these people have to come and testify at an inquest so that we can get to the truth in this matter rather than conjecture and speculation and bad-mouthing each other. I'll go to part B now.